Now then guys, thank you for joining Foot Talkers. Just want to say a massive thank you so far for the support we've had in reaching 360 subscribers. If we can get to 400 by the end of this week, that'd be absolutely quality. So on that note, if you're new to the channel guys, subscribe, leave us a comment and get that bell clicked and thumbs up. It'd be absolutely massively appreciated from me. And if you've seen any of my previous videos, I've done the one that got away, I've done the icon, future icons. This one's a little bit different. It's going to totally kind of like vary massively on individual people and what your opinion is, and some might be like, there's no chance he'd be in my top 10. But this is basically the underrated players that just not meta. You know, you've got the likes of Ronaldo and MBAP and NEYMAR. They're not in this, guys. This is not that kind of a list. It's the top 10 of the most underrated players, and it varies massively, guys. So if you've got a budget of 100k, there's players in this team that 100% would get into your team and make it miles better. There's also the budget, basically, if you've got over 1 million coins as well. I've not gone too much higher because, to be honest, once you go up to like 2 million plus, you're getting into a bracket there where pretty much everybody that you use is going to be absolutely class. And the vast majority of people either use it or you'll come up against them on the weekend league. So the idea really is price, not necessarily up to do with rating. It's how they play and feel in game, and it's something that when you play a lot of games, you'll notice that you don't come up against them as much as you might have done in early days, or in fact just don't come up against them that much at all, period. So, in number 10, I've gone for Ollie Watkins. Again, he were a player that's been out as a Team of the Week, rated 84, that you can see that he was pretty decent when he first came out, and a lot of people went for him, and he just died off. Doesn't seem to really be in anybody's team at the minute, but he genuinely is still a top player. When you've got the pace of 90, shooting at 84, passing 77, dribbling 82, he's class. He's coming in at less than 50,000 coins as well. So for me, that's massive. If you've got a lower budget, if you're looking for a decent striker to get into your team, there's genuinely not many better, especially with the links for the Premier League as well. So I'd always say, if you're looking for a Premier League striker that's going to tick all the boxes but you don't have a big budget, Ollie Watkins will do the job for you all day long. In 9th position, I've gone for the headliners, Mkhitaryan, 87 rated. Guys, he's class, his skill level's brilliant, his shooting's great. He's another versatile player that can go here, there and everywhere. All the players that are in this are in little, like there's a few that are in different leagues and stuff like that. So if you're specifically looking for Serie A leagues, Italian league, you know, Premier League, Bundesliga, there's players from all them leagues pretty much. So really what you want to do is kind of like say, if you've got an Italian-based setup squad and you don't have Mkhitaryan in there, again, he's 42,000 coins at the moment. It's nothing for a player at this level. He's so good in game. You know, yeah, he's not the greatest player, but for 42,000 coins, guys, he is very, very good. And again, you get a Hunter Chem on him and you've got yourself a top-rated player all day long. So, that was number 9. Going to 8th position, the Bundesliga, well, the second Hazard. I've gone for Torgan Hazard, Borussia Dortmund player, the flash, you know, the freeze card. This is a card basically that when it came out I were a little bit unsure about it, simply because I thought as a striker, is he going to cut it? But God, he does. You know, he's another player. He's 78,000 coins. He's got great pace, great shooting, great passing, great dribbling. If you've got somebody that you needed to link to other players, if you've got De Bruyne in your team and you've got the other Premier League ones or anything like that, you can shift him out of position. He does a job out on the left, on the right, through the centre. He's a top player, and again, for less than sort of like 80,000 coins, you've got yourself an absolute bargain there. So you can see that the first few that I've had on this list, they're not expensive, they're under 100 grand. So most people now have got 100,000 coins to spare if they needed to improve the team, sell a few, get a couple in. 100%. If you've not tried him, get him. He's very, very good. The next one on the list in number 7 is the new Premier League, the new La Liga Player of the Month card, Benzema, 94 rated. The reason I've gone for this card and not the ones to watch or the headliners card, I think it is simply because of the price. You've got yourself a 94 rated striker here, French, La Liga, all them connections that you need. And if you had no players, if you were simply putting your coins into a team, you can get this 94 rated Benzema for 190,000 coins. That is a joke. You know, there's not many players on the game that you can get a 94 rated player anywhere near that price, especially a French easy connection striker that's going to get a hell of a lot of goals. I've played against him a lot. He seems to be best, or he seems to be used in that cam position, centre forward role, and he's been a beast. I don't think what you'll find is he's not the most mobile, he's not got the agility of a Messi or a Neymar, but they're different players. Not every single player in this game needs to be a Neymar. If you can adapt your game, you can play with bigger players. Honestly, some of these players in this set of 10, you will have so much fun playing with them, and he's another one. And in all honesty, guys, even if you didn't like him, you did the card, you got him, you got a 94 rated player for 191k. How easy is it then going to be to use that player in an SBC if you've got a 90 rated team to get together for a prime moments icon, which will be coming out shortly? So you've got to be clued up with it. Try it out for 191k all day long. Just get it done. And now, in 6th position, headline is Haaland. Honestly, guys, I've played with him. I've played him on previous FIFAs, and it seems to be that people just don't play with him as much as they should do. He's another one like Benzema, I suppose. It's not got that mobility factor that you're going to get with some of the other meta players. But honestly, get him on his left foot and you are getting goals all day long. He's a little bit more expensive than what we've just previously had in the list, but he's coming in at 475,000. So less than $500,000 at this stage in FIFA for a player like him is top tier. And what I would say is he's another one of them players that, like, I don't think he's got the finesse trait or the outside of the foot shot, but he scores goals for fun and he is absolutely brilliant. And I just say, depending on the style of player you are, if you've not tried him out, 100% go for it. Again, you get something like what everybody goes for now in Hunter. You know, you're maxing his pace, like you're maxing his shooting out, and this is the thing, he's so good. And then halfway through the list, I've gone for Aubameyang. He's one of them players in game where I felt if your connection to EA servers is a bit poor, which a lot of time, unfortunately, it can be, comes out bad. You know, like he doesn't come out well from a bad connection game. He feels a little bit bulky and everything, but again, he's naturally got that pace. You don't need to put a Hunter on him. You can adjust it. You can put different marksmen. You can put sniper, finisher, and all of a sudden your stats are coming out, and you can make him like a 93 rated striker with those right stats on and chem styles. But honestly, he's another one of them players that you very rarely see in matches, weekend league, and again, he's coming in at 345,000. I get now that at this stage you can get Neymar for a little bit more, but how many teams have got Neymar in it? It gets a little bit boring, and look, I'm guilty for it. I've had Neymar in my team, but I've just changed it up completely now, and honestly, I'm enjoying it more now on FIFA than I've done in a hell of a long time. But yeah, brilliant player to get into your team. Another one, he's difficult for connections in terms of that international link, but Premier League links, if you can work him off that with icons and stuff, you've got an absolute quality striker in your team there. Number 4, the icon, the legend, the goal scoring machine in '98 World Cup, David Suker. You know, this is a card basically, as you can see, I've got the 87 rated card here, but you go for his 85 rated card, you go for his 90 rated card, you go for his prime icon card. You can get his 85 rated card for 155,000 coins. His 90 rated one, you can get it for 260,000 coins. And his prime moments one, the best of them all, 650,000, that's it. And yeah, he might not be as glamorous as an Eto'o or a Torres or any of that lot, Dalglish, but honestly, he's just an absolute goal scoring machine. I don't care which version you've got. Me and my guy that I play coach with, his team, he's got the baby version of Suker, and honestly, what I would say is he's not amazing dribbling. He's not amazing passing, but he's amazing at finishing. And if you can get the ball to him in that area, left foot, right foot, honestly, 9 times out of 10 you're going to score yourself a goal there. And again, you've got budgets in mind. If you needed an icon, but you've only got a limited amount of coins, 85 rated Suker at 155,000. Get him in your team, absolute bargain. Get a hunter on him, you're laughing. Number 3, this is another card that you literally never see, but again, if you've had the privilege of playing with it, Harry Kane, 91 rated card. The only problem with this one is, at the time it came out, it were 1 mil plus, and you obviously were comparing him against the likes of Ronaldo and things like that, and people just weren't going for it. So, unfortunately, it's something that he's not being used like we'd hoped for. And then, in terms of gameplay, he's got it all. His finishing's absolutely class. His passing's great. He's everything that he can put into it is top level. And now he's coming in at 688,000. He's still expensive, but there's a reason why. And again, it's easy to link to players and stuff like that. So once again, Harry Kane just doesn't get the player recognition, unfortunately, like some of the other players do in the game. But if you want to try him out, you will not be disappointed, honestly. Number 2, most expensive player in my list here, but I have gone for the Team of the Year, Lewandowski. He is seriously unbelievable, and I can say that firsthand because I've played with him and he's in my team right now. I dropped Eto'o out of my team, and I was so kind of like unsure about doing it, simply because Eto'o was that meta player that a lot of people had in the team. Lewandowski is a little bit more bulky. He's not necessarily got that agility that you think that like the likes of again Messi, Dalglish, Eto'o and all that I've got. But honest to God, if you are thinking about buying a striker, and especially since all these new FUT Birthday Bundesliga players have come out, the links are so easy to get him in now as well, which has sometimes been an issue before because of that Polish connection. And there's not always many other good players from that Bundesliga that you could get in there. But with the likes of Royce now and the likes of obviously this Lewandowski, you can get other players in there that you might be able to work off that, like Emre Can, Ozil, Podolski. They're all able to now link because you've got the likes of Royce and things like that in your team. So yeah, honestly, what an absolute machine. I think he's scored over 100 goals in 50 games of rivals in Division 1 and Weekend League. So, beast. 100% trying if you're fortunate enough to have the coins to do that. And in number 1, the one that's absolutely so underappreciated, never gets seen in games, but he is an absolute monster, is the prime moments 91 rated Hernan Crespo. How this guy is not in more teams is unbelievable. His prime moments card now is coming in less than 900,000 coins. He's 870 on the market right now, and literally, guys, he is probably one of the best strikers on the game. And to me, he's better than Eto'o. He's better than Torres. He's better than Puskas. His finesse shot is absolutely unbelievable. And for them stats that you can see now, 91 pace, 94 shooting, 92 dribbling, he is seriously an absolute beast up front. And if genuinely, if you're all thinking, right, I've got about 900,000, I needed a striker, I needed to link off different league players on either wing, honestly, if you've not thought about using him, he is an absolute beast, monster, whatever you want to call him. I think it's something that if I didn't have Lewandowski in my team, I would 1,000,000% have Crespo in there just because of what I know that he can do. I've tried it out, I've tried his other cards out, and honestly, he is absolutely ace. So look, it will be completely different for everybody. I know that top 10s can be so different. You might not even have Crespo at all, you might have played him and think he's absolutely garbage. But you got to take in, I'm not using meta players, I'm not going for Ronaldo, MBAP, NEYMAR, things like that. And you can see there's players in amongst here that can fit criteria for everybody that's playing the game from the start to being in there, playing every single weekend league since it started. You could get monsters in there. But look, that's it for today's video. I hope you liked it. It's a little bit different, and it's something that honestly I like putting it together because I've played with all these guys, I've played with all these cards, and it makes you think, Jesus, yeah, what a good player, and how you don't see him in other games, weekend league, division games. It's just mad, it really is. And I suppose it speaks volumes of where we're at in this FIFA, that nearly I'd say easily over 50% of teams that you play have got Neymar and MBAP in the team. Ronaldo as well, most of the time. And you've got hundreds of players in the game, and it's simply because these players are fitting the bill of what you need to make that specific player good in your team. But if you want to change up, if you want to enjoy FIFA again, if you want to think, right, I don't want to use all these meta players that everybody else is using, I'm coming up against every single game, give some of these guys a go. Honestly, let me know in the comments who I've missed out. Let me know if there's anybody specific that you think, no way that guy should be in my top 10. I love hearing back from you all, and I really appreciate it. And like I said earlier, guys, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. We're trying to get to 400 subscribers by the end of this week. It'll be quality if we can do, and the other way it's going to be achievable is if you guys do subscribe. So for today, that's everything. I hope you liked it. Toodaloo.